I'll never forget the day my ex-wife, Rachel, showed up at our kids' school play. I had been divorced for 3 years, and we'd been civil, or so I thought. But as I stood in the crowded auditorium, watching our 6-year-old son take center stage, I felt a familiar knot form in my stomach. Rachel walked in, looking like she'd just stepped out of a fashion magazine. Her hair was styled differently, her makeup flawless. She caught my eye and flashed me a bright smile, but it only seemed to make the tension between us more palpable. As the play ended and we exchanged awkward hellos with other parents, Rachel sidled up beside me. "Hey," she said, her voice low and husky. "How's life treating you?" I hesitated for a beat before responding, unsure how to navigate the strange new territory. "But," I said finally. "Busy." We stood there in silence for a moment, the air thick with unspoken tension. Then Rachel leaned in close, her breath whispering against my ear. "You know, I've been thinking, maybe we should try counseling again." I felt a surge of anger mixed with frustration. Counseling? After 3 years apart? But before I could respond, our son bounded over to us, beaming with pride. "Dad, guess what?" he exclaimed, tugging on my pant leg. "We won the class play." As we hugged and congratulated him, I couldn't help but think that this was exactly what Rachel had been after all along, attention. But in a twisted way, it also made me realize how much she still cared. Over the next few weeks, Rachel started showing up to more school events, always by coincidence or to support our son. It was clear she was trying to reinsert herself into my life, and I wasn't sure if I should be grateful or annoyed. One evening, as we were helping with homework, Rachel casually mentioned that she'd been thinking of selling her old apartment, the one where we used to live together. My heart sank as I realized the implication she wanted me to buy from her. "I'm not interested," I said firmly, trying to keep my cool. Rachel raised an eyebrow. "Not even for our son's sake?" I hesitated, torn between being a good parent and protecting myself from another potentially disastrous situation. But then I remembered something. Rachel had been the one who'd initiated this whole charade in the first place. "I'm not doing it," I repeated firmly. "We're done." Rachel's expression softened, and for a moment I saw a glimmer of the woman she used to be, the one I loved and lost, but also the one I couldn't trust anymore. "You're right," she said quietly. "We are done."